Welcome everybody to a new Alchemy Stars video. Guys, today I wanted to sort of review the new event, Letters from the Sky, and also I wanted to give you a very quick sort of tutorial on how to deal with this boss, because I've seen a lot of people very confused about how are they supposed to fight this particular boss. So we're gonna go over this real quick and then we'll jump into the event, and if we have time I would also like to go through the new game mode, at least to give you a glimpse of it not a glance, a glimpse of it. And yeah, let's just jump straight into it. So this boss has a particular mechanic with the new broken tiles. So when this boss is on a broken tile, they're going to remain inside their frame, right inside the frame, and so he's going to be invulnerable to normal attacks and sort of physical attacks, you know, like characters like, for example, Schwartz active, that like it's him like attacking with his sword, for example, is it's actually not going to affect this boss. So let me show you. We're gonna auto attack this boss right now and it's not gonna do anything to him, but active skills that are not physical attacks will in fact actually hurt him, right? So as you can see, Schwartz chain combo did actually hurt him. I said actives, I meant just attacks in general, right? So Schwartz chain combo did affect this boss because it's not a physical attack, right? So the thing that you need to do is either kill him with chain combos and actives, right? Or the other thing that you can do is just run away from him for a little bit until he just decides to come out of his frame, right? Because if you actually attack him and you end up in front of him, he is he's like he's just going to push you back and he's not gonna move, right? He's just gonna remain on his broken tiles. So as you can see, he's still on a broken tile, so we're just gonna try to bait him to come out. So we're just gonna stay back here and see if he comes out. So he has different attacks. So again, he jumped into a broken one again. So let me show you. If I do Schwartz attack, it actually won't do anything, right? It doesn't affect. But if I use Nadine's attack, Tessa's attacks, it will affect him, because physical attacks don't affect him, but other sorts of attacks do. As you can see, Tessa's attack did hit him actually. So again, we're just gonna stay back here. Hopefully we can lure him out. Let's see if he comes out. Nope, another broken tile. So we're gonna try again. Hopefully he comes out. I'm not sure if it depends on something. I'm not sure if it depends on him having a lower health or something of the sort. Honestly, I'm not sure how I did it, to be completely honest. So let me just transform some tiles so that we can sort of remove the broken status from them and see if that brings him out. Because yeah, it might just be that he needs to be under a certain health threshold for him to actually come out of the frame, because he keeps jumping on broken tiles. So let me just, okay, now we have no broken tiles near us, so he uses that attack. No, he's still doing that. All right, so you guys get the gist, right? So it's probably just whenever he's under a certain threshold, if you're far away enough from him, he is going to come out of the frame. Once he comes out of the frame, you can actually attack him with everything that you have. So that's pretty much the gist of it. Just don't use physical attacks. Try to use characters that use abilities that don't involve like them physically attacking the frame, right? Also, basic attacks won't do anything against him, so just keep all of that in mind and you'll be fine. Try to kill him with chain combos, active skills, right? Specific chain combos and active skills that actually work. And just try to keep your distance until he decides to come out of his frame, and then you can attack him. So with all of that said, let's talk a little bit about the new event. So as you can see, I already finished the story. That was the last stage. And so when it comes to the story, I feel like I was a little bit underwhelmed. I feel like it could have been a lot more epic than it actually was. You know, it was a fairly contained story. Well, not fairly contained, because it is related to some other stuff that has happened before for sure. It is tying into previous events that we've seen, previous stories of previous events, like Burial, for example. I'm not gonna spoil the whole story, so I'm just gonna let you guys go through it. But yeah, it does tie into previous events that we've had. But you know, the story itself, the event itself, I just felt like it was pretty like not a very big scale, right? There were some hints to bigger stuff, but I feel like they led nowhere. Again, I just don't want to spoil anybody. You can enjoy the story yourself, and yeah, I mean, the boss seemed really cool. I really liked it. The design was awesome too. I really liked the design, and you know, the villain of this chapter was really awesome. But I do feel like there's probably going to be a second part, especially because there was some CG that they used during the teaser that was nowhere to be seen in this story. So yeah, also we got to see a new character. Not gonna spoil who it is, but I'm personally very excited for that character to eventually come to the game for sure. So yeah, besides the story, we also have this new sort of mini game where you just whenever you do the story, or you do some whenever you do some resource raids, right, you get this snack, I think they're called. Yeah, union snacks, right? And with those union snacks, basically you just give them to Tweety, and you give them to Tweety, Dove, and Roxel, and they just basically are repairing this little shack. I don't know what to call it, this postal service place thing. So yeah, it's really cool. Every 2 or 3 things that you repair, you get a little cinematic of sorts, right? You get a short cinematic with the characters just talking and like, you know, like just basically rambling amongst themselves, just having conversations. I haven't seen anything too major for the lore being revealed yet. Honestly, I'm skipping a lot of it because I cannot stand the Tweety Owo form of talking. I just can't stand Owo. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I know some people find it endearing, or they like it. I hate it. I absolutely hate the all-word talk. Yeah, then we have this. Well, not this, but we have some the stage 2 missions for the battle pass, right? It's very easy. You just have to basically rebuild this post. For some reason it says rebuilding Araville, but it's just one little tiny place in Araville. It's not like rebuilding Araville itself. So yeah, it's just, yeah, I don't know. And now my game got frozen. It happens all the time, I don't know why. But yeah, that's pretty much the new event. I think it's pretty cool. The story was alright. The mini game is it's okay. It's entertaining, right, to pass the time, and also gives you an excuse to you know, just farm your resources. Not that you need an excuse to farm resources, but you know, like, at least you get something extra for farming resources. Let me show you real quick what that looks like. So if you go to resource and you just farm anything, we can farm an item, for example, you can see that you'll get some snacks. So that's pretty okay, pretty nice. Also the rewards. Oh yes, I forgot to mention the rewards. The rewards are amazing. The rewards are actually insane. Let me see, where are they? Here. The rewards, they give you so much Lumumber. There is so much. Look at that. So much Lumumber. And look at all that I've claimed already. Like, it's crazy. There's so much of it. So much of it. So I love that. Because I did another multi after yesterday, and finally I got a little bit lucky and I pulled Naroxel. So I'm really excited, because honestly I do like Naroxel a lot more than Paloma. I would love to get Paloma too, because I really need a 6-star on my forest team, because I don't have a single 6-star. But still, I'm still very stoked that I got Naroxel. I really like her. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the Letters from the Skies event. Then I'm gonna just go super quick through the Calamity Codex rewards, because I wanted to talk about something real quick. So there were some people arguing about whether or not this is going to be cumulative, all of this Lumumber and these boxes. I don't know, honestly. I'm not sure, because if you actually count all of this, it's like 1500 Lumumber if you end up in Paragon. 1500 Lumumber, and I think they said like 89 boxes. Yeah, and these boxes also have a small chance of giving you a star flare. Yeah, it just seems a little bit much, honestly. I personally feel that we will get everything cumulative, right? So I'm in gold now, so if I end up in gold, I feel like I'm going to get everything from gold below this one time, this first time that the event is out. And after that, right, for the next weeks, like next week for example, right, I'm gonna have to climb again, but I'm not gonna get any rewards for, or I'm not gonna get any cumulative rewards for reaching gold, right? I might get cumulative if I climb to platinum, for example, right, or diamond or something like that, but I feel like it's only going to be cumulative once per the rank basically that you've earned. I don't know if that makes sense, right? So if I end up in gold now, I'm gonna get all the rewards from gold, pure silver, silver and bronze, right? But next week, if I end up in gold, I'm just gonna get the gold rewards, not the pure silver, silver and bronze. I don't know if I'm making myself clear, but that's my theory pretty much. As for the event itself, it's pretty alright. So basically you jump in, you fight Nefarious Ferocian, at least this week. The bosses are probably going to rotate every single week. So you just jump in. Curiously enough, the stage is always the same. The tiles are always exactly the same. It's always this yellow line right here, always this yellow line, and it's always this red line here too. Always blue over here, right? It's always the same map, and the tiles always change in the exact same way. So that means that we can possibly get some guides on this. Hopefully the community, someone can post some guides on this. I will definitely try to cover them if someone does. Because basically if you use a certain set of characters, which is what I did, I used these characters, right? And you learn the way in which the tiles behave, right? And which tiles transform into what, right? Every single time. You can basically just follow the exact same path as somebody else and deal the exact same amount of damage, obviously assuming that your characters are exactly the same too, right? But that's very interesting because it's kind of like trial and error, right? Like it took me like 20 attempts to finally break 200,000 damage so that I can get into gold, right? But every single time that I did this, I had like the first 4 steps down, 5 steps, 6 steps down, right? Like, and I just built up until I finally cracked the code to deal more than 200,000 damage, right? Because again, the tiles behave the exact same way every single time. If I'm playing a Thunder team, I'm always going to get an Aurora time here. Every single time, like, doesn't matter. I'm always going to get that Aurora time there. Doesn't matter. And then all of the tiles that I went through are going to transform, and the first one that I went through is going to be a red prism tile because of Iridon, right? And so now I'm going to use Grunru. Like, I'm going to actually predict what's going to happen so you guys can see what I mean. So now I'm going to use Grunru, right? And with Grunru, I'm just going to do sort of like an X here. We're going to do this, right? And so after this, I'm actually going to use the red tiles to go into another Aurora time. And the tile that I'm starting on is going to transform into, I don't remember if it was a green or a blue tile, but it's a green or a blue tile that's going to become prismatic as soon as I'm done doing the Aurora time with these red tiles right here. Let me show you. So now I'm going to go down here. We're going to do this. I'm going to do all of this. And we're going into Aurora again, and then that I think it's gonna become a green prism tile. Green. So as you can see, I can predict exactly what's going to happen every single time, because every single time the board is going to behave the exact same way, no matter what. So basically, I just memorized each step until I managed to deal enough damage to get into gold. That's pretty much it, which is very, very cool. It potentially gives us the chance of getting a new guide for every single type, every single week, if anybody is actually willing to, if anyone is actually willing to get up to the challenge, right? But yeah, I don't know, I just found it super cool. It's a very nice mechanic. You don't have to rely on tile RNG, which is something that a lot of people complain, right? With especially with like for example, like Spire and stuff, right? Like that you have to reset a bunch of times to get the tile RNG right. Well, in this particular game mode, in Calamity Codex, you do not depend on tile RNG because the tiles are always the same. So I love that. I really think that's super cool. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what comes next. So basically, as you climb the ranks, you unlock more and more teams. And so now I can use a different team, and the damage that this team does basically accumulates with the damage that my Thunder team did. And so I can climb more and more ranks, right? So it's a pretty neat idea, pretty cool. Unfortunately, my Fire team is, as you can see, very lacking right now, and I don't really have a forest and a water team, so I'm not gonna climb very fast, or I'm not gonna climb very high, but we'll get there eventually. So yeah guys, I think that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found it useful. Leave a like if you enjoyed, leave a comment. Are you excited to see a bunch of guides on this new game mode? Subscribe if you like more videos like this, and I'll see you guys on the next one.